Welcome back to Guided Path Readings. This is your weekly oracle card reading for the week of February 13th through the weekend of the 18th and 19th. This week we start off with, really getting a sense of what has been happening with our full moon and lunar eclipse. So we're being advised with our Monday, Tuesday card that the energy of the full moon and lunar eclipse is still affecting us and still working through us. And a lot of times when we have full moons, they give us the opportunity to heal. And with this full moon / lunar eclipse that we had this past Friday, this is really, allowing you to have deep insights about yourself and just really uncover some of the events that are going on behind the scenes that you're unaware of within yourself that are holding you back. So it's really important at this time to pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to repeated messages. Anything that you hear often could be signs or indications of messages coming to you, because a lot of times we receive messages through our unconsciousness, and when the moon pops up, when the moon card shows up, it talks about our intuitive abilities and our psychic abilities, but it indicates at this time that there'll be intuitive abilities and psychic insights that you'll be having, enhanced psychic insights and intuition that you'll be having. But it will be more about self-discovery and, really figuring out where you may have, things or blocks within you that are holding you back from finding your true happiness and living your fullest life. So that's a really strong card for Monday and Tuesday. And even though the moon was full on Friday and the effects of the lunar eclipse is still very strong within the energy of the earth right now. So, it's really a great time to just focus on what's coming up for you, the emotions that are coming up, and help yourself to be gentle and release those fears and emotions so that you can live a more wholehearted life. So that's where we're being guided at the beginning of the week. And in the middle of the week, for the Wednesday, Thursday card, we get the King of Air. And when the King of Air shows up, this is a person who you may be working with or dealing with, or you may know, or it could be even yourself. Somebody who's always in a position of high ranking, such as a CEO, or somebody who is directing or running the show. It's somebody who's very talented and somebody who knows their job very well, but they're more so emotionally unavailable. So a lot of times they may be making decisions with their mind and not really taking into consideration the emotional considerations that may go along with each decision. So you're really being called through the middle of the week, if there's any decisions that may come up or anything that you're working with in tandem with somebody else, just to make sure that you are balancing your mental considerations along with the emotional considerations that you may have towards any decision making, any team objectives that you're working towards, or even this could be speaking a lot about yourself. And if you go through life making decisions based off of logic instead of, balancing the emotional considerations as well. It's very important that we not only make decisions that are great for us, but that we make decisions that are coming from the heart. So I'm really feeling more of that this week, that we, when we're figuring out and uncovering things about ourselves in the beginning of the week, we move forward and make sure that any decisions that we make from here on out are both mentally and emotionally balanced, so that everything is coming into harmony and balance. It will help you just feel more stable, strong, and definitely happier. And you're getting messages for the weekend that, doing all this work, doing all this heavy emotional self-discovery and insights, and then learning how to move on in a new way. You're getting messages that for the weekend you get the Six of Fire, which is a victory card, that you'll be rewarded. If you're working in groups or you're working on a project at work, good news is on the way. You may receive public recognition. Something victorious is now happening in your life. But I'm also seeing it as more of like a victory in a sense of you're putting the time in to do your personal work, diving deep into self-discovery and loosening any of those knots or blocks that we may hold inside of us. And we all have knots or blocks from our past, or even ones that we're unaware of. And we're able to start working on releasing them and releasing those fears that are holding you back from living your life to the fullest extent that you may live, in a both emotional and mental perspective. And we're really getting information that if we do the work, that we'll definitely be rewarded, as with the card of the Six of Fire, with the victories on the way. So, it's a big week for taking an inward dive and just really figuring out what's going on inside of us, how we're feeling. Just really pay attention to your intuition, your gut feelings, and psychic abilities may be enhanced this week to further help you on your self-discovery route. And just remember to, when you're making decisions, being gentle with yourself. Speak your mind with confidence, but also make sure that you're balancing both the mental and emotional considerations before moving on in a direction. And then wrapping up the weekend with great news. And, public recognition may be in your future, depending on how this is all working out for you. If it's in your career, you may receive good news and be publicly recognized for your work. If you're doing this in a sort of like inner work, self-discovery manner, that you'll just feel that things are much better and things are working out for you and all aligning. So have a wonderful week. Happy Valentine's Day. And I will see you back here next week at Guided Path Readings. Thank you for tuning in.